NoisenewsUK here with Josh from the Wonder Years at Slam 2013. How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm excited for the weekend.
And literally just like a week since The Greatest Generation came out.
Yeah, barely actually. Yeah.
It's just, I imagine the whole thing's been a bit of a chaotic week and a half.
Yeah, we there was a big lead up. We did a big record release weekend. We opened a store for the week in Philadelphia. Then we got on a plane here, and it's been a whirlwind. But it's the beginning of the record cycle. We're excited to get out and share the record with people. So that's what's most important.
It just seems like this record, The Greatest Generation, there's been the most buzz about this album than it has been about any other release this year, I would say. Was that were you kind of blown away by that? How many kids were excited about hearing the record?
I'm definitely flattered and humbled by the response, but it's also we think that we try to put everything into it to make it interesting, to make it noteworthy.
Yeah.
Because there's so many bands, not just in our scene, but there's so many bands trying to put out records every week. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't always matter if you're great, but you need to distinguish yourself, and we try to make a point to go the extra mile so that people recognize the release. Like, we didn't have to play 4 shows in 24 hours, but we did to promote the record. We didn't have to open our own store for a week, but we did to promote the record. You know what I mean? So we always try to one-up ourselves to make the release of the record an event, because we are so proud of the record that we want everyone to know.
With having the store, was it quite nice to be able to get that immediate feedback from fans face to face in the store?
Yeah, it was actually really cool, because a lot of times at shows it's loud, or like we have a ton of shit to do and like whatever. But at the store, we all just got to hang out and just meet fans of the band and meet people that cared about and supported us for so long. You know what I mean? And it's nice to just kind of interact, say hi, talk to them, whatever. It was an environment unlike one that many of them had ever seen before. You know what I mean? So I thought it was really special. And our friends at Glamour Kills and the Stupid Easy Gallery in Philadelphia did a great job. It was really a pleasure working.
I know you had a couple of friends come down and play as well, and then Shane Henderson.
Yes.
Two others.
One night was Shane Henderson and Koji came down and played. One night we did a movie night, and we got a popcorn maker, which was fun. And then one night we had Bright and Early and Man Overboard play acoustic, and our friend Christina, who's in the Melrose Diner video, is in the midst of a stand-up career, and was hilarious. Did some stand-up, and Friday we played.
How was the experience of like 4 shows 24 hours? That's going to be pretty draining.
It was brutal, man. It was fun though. It was a wild thing to be a part of, and there was just so many people that were like, "That won't work. You guys can't do it." And just like to kind of go through it and have the people that attend the show support you, it's just so fun. Like, Philadelphia and Anaheim are like normal times. Friday, Saturday night, doors at 6, whatever. That's a normal show. You know what I mean? But people in New York, doors are at 12:45. That's late. We didn't play till almost 2 o'clock. And then we flew straight to Chicago, and doors are at 10. Like, nobody wants to get out of bed. Like, you couldn't fucking drag me to see anyone at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, so it was awesome to have the kind of support from the fans. It was so fun.
Where did the name The Greatest Generation come from? What's the meaning behind it?
The Greatest Generation is a term commonly used in the U.S. for the generation that fought in World War II and came back and kind of revitalized the nation's economy after the Great Depression and the war. And so from that, they've always been referred to as the Greatest Generation. And this is kind of a challenge to the youth right now to be the greatest generation. There's, it's not a slight against that older generation. It's saying that no one should let someone else be the greatest forever. You know what I mean? You should strive to be the greatest you could be, and just do a positive impact on the world. So,
I know one of the key features of Sufi Songwriting is he does a fantastic social commentary. Was it kind of a response to, right, we can see how bad things can be, now let's encourage them to make things as good as it?
Well, it was kind of like, I'm trying to think of the best way to answer, but it's kind of like growing up. it's growing up to be the person that you want to be. You know what I mean? And it's not letting outside factors kind of determine how your life's going to be, you know what I mean, or how you're going to live your life. You know? So it's about not accepting the challenges that are pushed at you and pushing forward and creating the life that you want to live for yourself.
I mean, how is life back home? Because I know one of the key components of the last few records has been descriptions of life in your home city.
Yeah.
Is things better?
Well, we have a really strange relationship with where we're from because we all live pretty much right where we grew up, and it's a strange realization because like when we were younger and we were going on shorter tours, you would leave and come back and everything would be the same. You know what I mean? It'd be fine. But now, like, I'm leaving for Slam Dunk, and then we're going to Warped Tour, and then this, that, and the other thing. Like, I'm going to be gone. We're gone for 2 months at a time, or 3 months at a time, and slowly you realize that, like, the world goes on without you. You know, they're changing just like you're changing. You're not there to witness it, and it's a weird thing to kind of cope with, to watch this place that you always knew become a place that you don't really know. And our home lives are good. We try to see our friends and family and loved ones as much as we can, but that's another challenge that you have when you try to do this, for a living. When you go on tour 9 months a year, your personal relationships suffer and take a lot of work, and it's a thing that you have to deal with.
I mean, does it make it easy for them to understand that you evolved so hard to be where you're at now?
Generally, our loved ones have been super supportive, and they push us to do better, and they're excited for us to go new places. And a lot of the guys in the band have been to places that our parents have never seen. And that's kind of like a weird thing to deal with emotionally, but my parents, I know I can speak because they're my parents, have always been super excited about the idea of traveling and getting to make records, and it's been really cool.
And with knowing when you're actually writing the music in the studio and festivals, whatever, knowing that Sufi will put these awesome storytelling lyrics to the songs, does that push you harder to make better backing for it?
I don't know, it's kind of there's a lot of teamwork that goes into it. He kind of has like a lyrical generalization, that we kind of deal with, and we're normally pretty much on board, and there's this thing and that thing and whatever, but he works with us to write the music sometimes, it's like a real collaborative effort. Some bands, it's like one guy rolls up, here's your fucking song, this is what you play. With us, it's Matt has this riff, and Casey has this other thing, Kennedy has this thing, and we start there, and we kind of fight about it and think about it and get creative, and the 6 of us put it together. And I like his lyrics, but I don't know, I mean, do they? I'm not sure how to answer your question actually, but I mean, I'm glad to work with him as a lyricist. He does a great job, and I'm just really happy with the product of the record.
The last album, Suburbia, seemed to be a lot of it lyrically, in certain aspects the way it sounded, you guys making sense of yourselves and the position you hit, and kind of making sense of the world and stuff. What would you say the main themes are of the next generation? It's
about dealing with growing up as like a man. You know what I mean? Like when we were writing Upsides, I was how old was I? Like 21. You know what I mean? We were writing Suburbia, I was 23, I'm about to be 26 now. Like, a lot of shit changes in your life in those formative years, in those developmental years. Like, so, it's really, it's about looking at yourself and deciding where you're going to go with your life and what kind of person you want to be. Not letting anyone kind of get in your way.
Would you say one of the things that's helped you build up such a strong connection with your fan base is the fact that you're not pretending to be something you're not, and you just have this great honesty and vulnerability to the music?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's like I was saying earlier, there's so many bands out there trying to put out records every week that if you fake it, everybody's gonna know, man. Like you can't just go out there and just peddle bullshit. Like you need to make a connection with these people, or no one's gonna care about what you're doing. And we just try to be as sincere as possible because we're lucky enough to get to make records and we're going to make them about something substantial. They're going to have meaning and it's going to be important. And, we're lucky that it's connected with so many people and we're just flattered.
Personally, how do you feel about the album now? How the sound has done?
I love it. It's what our record needed to sound like. You know what I mean? I'm super happy with it. Steve and Mark did such a great job producing and mixing the record.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Just going to show up, what can fans expect from your performance on today? You're quite at the top of the bill on the stages.
Yeah, no, we're really excited to be playing on a stage with so many of our friends, you know what I mean? I don't know where else you would need to go. Actually, I'm really bummed that we're not seeing Streetlight, but whatever. We're just going to play some new songs. We're going to hope that people like them. We're just going to have a lot of fun, man. There's no computers, there's no dummy cabs, there's no fucking flashing lights and inflatable shit. It's just a bunch of guys that rock and roll music and, a bunch of kids in a room. So it's simple, man. We're just trying to have fun.
What could you want?
Yeah, right?
Best luck with the Great Generation. I've heard it. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Even better than Suburbia, which was fairly seminal record in my view.
Thanks.
So best luck with that and with the touring cycle and everything else. Thank you for your time, Josh.
Thanks. Appreciate it.